Welcome to the PortlandNeighborhood.com podcast, where we share gems of Portland's 95 neighborhoods with you. Stay tuned. Welcome to Hollywood. Portland's Hollywood, that is. Portland's Hollywood's neighborhood is one of the smallest in the city, encompassing a square mile of less than a fifth of a mile. It's located just north of I-84 and is bordered by Sullivan's Gulch, Rose City Park, and Grant Park neighborhoods. Although you might think that this Hollywood neighborhood gets its name from the more famous Hollywood in California, in fact, it's not true. It was in 1926 actually known as Hollywood. That's Holly, R-O-O-D. It wasn't until the Hollywood Theater opened on Sandy Boulevard that the neighborhood decided to change its name. And that happened in 1926. Despite being next to the freeway and having two main thoroughfares cutting through it, Hollywood is ideal for both pedestrians and vehicles alike. Since it's so small, you can easily traverse the whole place in a few hours, depending on how many stops you take. You can do it on bike or on foot or in car. While Portland's Hollywood isn't packed with celebrities, superheroes, or throngs of tourists, it's still a worthy place to visit for both visitors and locals alike. Despite the fact that the sidewalks along the streets of Hollywood aren't paved with the stars of the famous Hollywood actors, there's still plenty to see. We'll begin our walking tour from the southwest corner, where you'll notice a historic building, the old Steigerwald Dairy Company. When Steigerwald was still in business, the sign on top was actually a milk jug. Later, it changed to a 7-Up bottle, which stayed for many years. Afterward, it became a Budweiser sign, and now it represents a mortgage loan company. Lots of history wrapped in one piece of advertising. So as you're on the highway and you drive through Hollywood District, you'll see this big tower sticking out of a building, this round tower, spire-looking thing, and then it's got this mortgage company advertising on it now. Should you have a yen, make that a yan, for northern Chinese cuisine, stroll or briskly stride up 37th Avenue and hang a right onto Northeast Broadway to the Shandong restaurant and have a steaming bowl of dragon and the garden soup and pot stickers. Sushi more your style? Then try the Bluefin Sushi Bar. It's right on Broadway, but you'll have to go back down south to Sandy Boulevard and then head east and look for the Sandy Broadway split, just the other side of Northeast 39th. Part of the Hollywood District's charm is its wacky street dynamics. It kind of starts with having Sandy Boulevard diagonally cutting through the whole neighborhood. If a street can have a lighthouse, then Sandy Boulevard's is the venerable Hollywood Theater, a showcase for cinematic fare, both classic and contemporary. A nonprofit organization manages the renovation improvements to the Grand Old Lady. They also have volunteer opportunities and internships available for those with a mind to contribute. While you're enjoying a pint and a show, be sure to inquire about volunteering. It has two theaters in it, one upstairs and one downstairs. The facade of the front of the theater is absolutely beautiful, decorated like an old Hollywood theater that you might find in Europe or down in LA even. This theater actually opened its doors on July 17th, 1926. The inaugural feature was the silent movie More Pay, Less Work. Sounds good to me. At the same time, the Hollywood Theater was the last building built to be both a vaudeville and a film space. Over the years, the theater has had numerous renovations, including some structural work in the 1970s to retrofit the inner space. The current layout was finished in 1975. In 1983, the Hollywood Theater was listed in the National Register of Historic Places, but shortly thereafter it fell into disrepair. It wasn't until 1997 that the organization Film Action Oregon bought the space and renovated it to its former glory. Even today, FAO continues to maintain the theater and ensure that it will stand for future generations. These days, you can find limited runs of both contemporary and classic films, and the theater also hosts themed nights such as queer horror and kung fu theater. One thing of note is that the Hollywood Theater has now branched out into the Portland Airport and has a Hollywood Theater PDX Airport. It's in the C terminal where the Alaskan Airlines gates are located. It plays local only 10-minute or short films, 10 minutes or shorter short films. The filmmakers have to either be from Oregon or making a film about Oregon or filmed in Oregon. The theater hosts a premiere of what's going in the Hollywood Theater Airport once every 3 months. They host it like a film festival, so you have to submit your film as if it were a film festival using the Film Freeway website. And once you've gotten accepted, you will get invited to show at a premiere at the Hollywood Theater on Sandy Boulevard, which is open to the public. So keep your eyes out on the Hollywood Theater website to find out more about that. I've been lucky enough to show my drone film, Soar Oregon, there, and it was a huge hit because it was a drone film with labels of all different places around Oregon, which was a perfect fit for the airport theater. You will also find music videos. You will find short documentary films about topics around Oregon. You will find comedy. You will find short films. You will find all kinds of different fun and interesting films, and often very beautiful. And it's getting more competitive to get your film in there, so keep that in mind. Great community building event. From this point, you may take the crosswalk to the Magnolia Bar across the street from the theater to enjoy a glass or a bottle of wine, or take a left on 42nd Avenue and trot up to the Moon and Sixpence for a taste of Old Blightly. Cheers! Quick run into the Tiger Lily Tattoo and Design Works and get that ink done that you've always wanted to dare yourself to get. Once you're finished getting inked, you can refresh yourself with either a slice of pie from local pizza chain Hot Lips Pizza or a burger from Killer Burger. Both of these restaurants are next door, making them even more convenient. And of course, they're right next to the Hollywood Theater too. If all you really want, after all, is a nice walk through a neighborhood with beautiful greenery and lovely homes, just turn north. The residential areas of the Hollywood district are quiet and calm under leaf-laden trees, a very pleasant surcease after experiencing the rush and roar of the big streets. They inspire a wish to wander, and so you should. And a great way to get involved in the local film industry. As for Hollywood neighborhood real estate, this area features many older Portland homes full of character and charm. Tree-lined streets, beautiful, covered porches, families taking strolls, bikers, pedestrians. The Hollywood neighborhood is conveniently located among major streets for easy commuting, Northeast Broadway and Sandy Boulevard, as well as I-84. With neighborhood shops, restaurants, a theater, and stores within walking distance from each other, Hollywood is the quintessential Portland lifestyle. The Hollywood neighborhood vibe. Looking at some of the businesses, you can easily assume that this is a hip, trendy spot to check out with friends. While some of the places are perfect for a group outing, the neighborhood is pretty quiet after dark. Unless you're catching a show at the theater or knocking back a couple of pints at the Moon and Sixpence, there's not really much in the way of nightlife. Instead, Hollywood shines during the day. Its history and modern renovations are on full display, and it's marvelous. It's a relaxed and tight-knit neighborhood, and it's easy to find your way. Also, because it's so small, Hollywood is the ideal place to stretch your legs and explore and go for a walk on foot. You never know what you'll discover right around the corner.